Well, welcome back to our series, Creativity and Innovation for KM Programs. Today our theme is Enabling Innovation Through Diversity. I'm John Gerard and I'm joined in Berlin by Stephanie Barnes. How are you today, Stephanie?
Great.
Good. I'm looking forward to our discussion today. Stephanie, in this series we've mentioned innovation often, but today let's focus exclusively on enabling innovation through diversity. My first question is, why bother? Does diversity really enhance innovation?
Absolutely. If bringing together people that have diverse backgrounds of education, age, experience, organizations that they've worked for, brings a different perspective. Each person then has a different perspective, and that then contributes to whatever problem that you're trying to solve or whatever work that you're trying to do. And hopefully should, in my experience certainly, and I think there's research that backs me up on this, come up with a better solution, and a solution that's accepted by more people and more successful when it's implemented.
Okay, so it works in theory, but can you share an example that you know of how diversity has enhanced innovation?
Well, I think I'm not going to give one specific example. I'm thinking over sort of the life of my career, I've been doing various things, accounting, knowledge management, and creativity and innovation for 28 years. And I think about the teams that were more diverse, whether it was education, cultural, gender, whatever it was, the more diverse it was versus the teams that were more homogenous. And I think, on the whole, the teams that we had that I was on a part of, whether it was in a full-time role or as a consultant, the teams that were more diverse, we came up with better solutions. A lot of times the teams that were more homogenous, we all kind of sit around and looked at each other and had a heck of a time coming up with anything useful or different than we had done before, because we all had the same experience and the same backgrounds. And we're like, well, this is what we've done before, and yeah, this is what I've done before, and yeah, nobody kind of knew.
Yeah, absolutely. I facilitate a capstone course at my university. And one of the things I find is when teams self-form, they often self-form around one of our concentrations. And when they do their capstone project, their solutions, frankly, are not particularly innovative. But when we have teams that have people from different concentrations, I'm always amazed with the interesting approaches they take. There's usually a little bit of friction at the beginning, but it ends up being better in the long run. Good. Well, how broad is diversity too? You mentioned a few of the ideas earlier, but what are the dimensions of diversity we should be thinking about?
I think it goes beyond, what a lot of people think of as sort of the legal requirements around diversity in the workforce, and that it's much bigger than that. We need to look at diversity of backgrounds and experiences, what industries people have worked in, what educational backgrounds, all of that thing is not just the typical culture and, and gender and those ones that sort of get recognized from a legal perspective.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I think sometimes we tend to focus on the legal requirements and try to almost have check boxes that we've met the diversity requirement, but it's much more than that, especially if you're looking for this creativity, that magic that comes with different people with different experiences, different backgrounds, different views, sometimes strong views, be they political or otherwise, really bring energy into what else in diversity? Anything else? Any other advice that you can offer folks on how to enable innovation through diversity?
I think a lot of times people just want to go along with the flow and do what they've always done, which isn't a good recipe for creativity or innovation. And so I would encourage people to step outside of their comfort zones.
Great advice. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts on enabling innovation through diversity. I think we'll use this one as a foundation for some of our future talks. So let's find a time to talk again soon.
That would be great.
All right, folks. Well, please, if you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss those future episodes. And of course, post any comments you have and we will answer them. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.